Hello and welcome to Hunger Luxury. As our custom is, let's talk about what's in our cup. In my cup today, I have hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea is a very great tea, very flavorful, but I'm talking about one benefit, and the benefit is that it helps promote weight loss. Who doesn't love that? I do. I'll take a sip and we'll get right into it. All right, and in today's video, we're going to be starting a series of marriage, singlehood, and relationships. And my topic particularly today is why you may still be single. Let's get right into it. Why you may still be single. First of all, let's talk about what is being single. To be single simply means that you're not married or you're not in any relationship that is leading to marriage. All right? So why are you single? First on my list is that you may be too engrossed with the fact that you want to get married. If that's all you're thinking of, that's all you might be thinking of. You might be asking, what do you mean? I want to get married. What should I be thinking of? Well, calm down. You'll be thinking of it. What has happened? It hasn't led to you getting married, right? So listen to me. You may also say, oh, you don't understand. Well, I do understand because I was once single. So again, listen to me. Now, what that will lead to is that it would just cause you to be anxious and probably make you get into the wrong relationship because you are desperate. So do not be consumed with the fact that you want to get married or because you're single and just be thinking, oh, I want to get married, but get busy with your life. Start doing other things and take your focus off getting married. And while you're doing that, trust me, the right person will come. So that's my very first thing on the list. Don't be overwhelmed by the fact that you are single. Keep living life. Enjoy yourself. Go to vacations if you need to. Develop yourself. Get skills. Just keep working on yourself. All right? Let me not move too fast. Then number 2 is that your character. How is your character like? Are you too proud? Is it that people cannot get to you? You're just high up there, or you are inconsiderate, you are so selfish, you don't even think of other people, you're just all about yourself. Nobody wants to deal with people like that. So you have to check your character. And these are just some few things I mentioned. There are a lot of things that can be associated with bad character. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect either. But there's some characters that you can definitely do without. You can definitely do without those characters. So there are some things that you probably want to ask your friend. This is an assignment I'm giving to you. You want to ask someone that is very open to you or someone that will tell you the truth that you're very close to. Ask them, what do you think of my character? They might be able to tell you because you will not be able to see what is wrong with your character by yourself. So that's one thing that you want to look at because nobody wants to deal with anybody that has bad character. That takes me to my third point. And my third point is that you may have low self-esteem. You're probably wondering, what does low self-esteem have to do with me being single? Just hear me out. Now, low self-esteem just means you are thinking so low of yourself. You don't think you're worth anything. You think you are ugly. You think you are not good enough. You think that there's nothing that's good about you. Hey, hold on. Don't say that about yourself. Do you know who you are? Now, if you're a child of God, you're made in His image and His likeness. You're also bought with a price, the precious blood of Jesus. So, and even if you're not born again, you're also made in His image and His likeness. God made you. So, understand that you are very precious and you are very good in yourself. So have self-confidence. Move with that mindset. You have to change your mindset. If you currently have any such thing I just described, feeling that there's nothing positive that can come out of you, or anything that good that you do, you think you're not done good enough, so that you actually need to pat yourself in the back and don't always put yourself down because you're good. Okay, you're good. Don't bring yourself down. All right, and that's that for low self-esteem. And then All right. Another point is that this version of yourself is not ready to get married. What do I mean by that? You're not developed enough. You have to take a look at your mindset. How are you thinking? What kind of things do you say? Do you make any sense? So you have to develop yourself mentally. You have to develop yourself spiritually. Are you prayerful? Do you read the Word of God? Are you able to handle anything when you get married? Like, if you see a real life situation, would you be able to handle it? So if I'm looking for a life partner, I'll have to look for those kind of things that I have to for somebody that will be able to work with me. So you have to develop yourself by reading books. You also have to develop yourself physically, physical fitness, eat right, and look good, and take care of yourself. So that's another reason why you may still be single. So this version of yourself is not ready for marriage. You have to develop yourself and work on yourself. Another thing is that you're not accessible. In this social media world where everyone is out there, some of you don't even have a social media page. Or if you do, the last time you probably posted anything on social media was in the year 2000. Okay, I might be exaggerating, but when last did you post a picture of yourself or something on social media, or even this simple, something as simple as commenting on something, liking somebody's post? People have actually found their husbands and their wives that way. So if you want to get married, you have to be out there. Now, I'm not saying that you should just bring yourself out and just for the sake of getting married for the game. You know what I mean. I think you understand what I mean. So you have to be accessible. Some people, what I see these days, that people put their Facebook profile on private, that like is blocked. People cannot even open it. And you want to get married, or you don't even belong to a unit in church. You're not even doing anything. No, how will they find you? The Bible says, "Who finds a wife?" Right? How will you be found? Now, this is particularly for ladies. So how will you be found if people cannot see you? So that's that. And then your standards are too high. Your standards are too high. You want tall, dark, and handsome? What's the use of that? What does that have to do with marriage? Tall, dark, and handsome? Nothing really. Nothing. Okay. What does tall people do? What did they do in marriage? Like, what's so special about being tall? Or what's so special about being dark? Handsome. Okay. That is good. Because I want you to marry someone you are attracted to, someone you like. All right. So, tall, dark, and handsome. It's not a thing. Oh, you want a person to live in a certain place. They have to drive a certain car. They have to have some kind of money. Hey, the person that you're getting married to is not your bank account. Okay, how about you having that money you want the person to have? So, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but you know what I'm talking about. The standards, these are just examples of some standards that people say. There are a lot of standards that they are not necessary. Now, check your standard. Is it necessary? What does that have to do with the future that you are thinking? So, if it doesn't have anything to do with it, don't worry about it. Be kind. Be very kind. Now, there are a lot of ways to show kindness. You can say hello to people, send them text messages, check on people. I remember when I was in school, I didn't even do this. Matter of fact, I didn't even compose this message. I remember when I was in school and I sent message to my husband now. We're not even close, nothing. But that's how I usually send messages at the beginning of the month to everyone in my contact. Now, after we met, he now said, "Oh, you sent me all that nice message, Now we are married." But I was sending it because I was kind, not because I wanted to get married to him. Like I said, it was not the only one I sent that message to. And also, remember Ruth? My goodness, what a story of kindness in the Bible. Ruth and her mother-in-law, Naomi. See how Ruth went all the way without any string attached. Now, she was just following that lady. We knew that Naomi could not have a baby again that Ruth would get married to. In fact, Naomi actually said that. But see what happened. Because out of her kindness, she met Boaz, and see what brought that happen. Even Jesus came from that lineage. So you have to be kind. Show kindness in any way you can. And don't do it because you're trying to get married. That's a good character trait, kindness. And don't just be, like I said, don't be thinking about yourself alone. Don't be so selfish, thinking that your life is all about you. Give if you can. Do anything you can, but just make sure you are kind to people. And the person you're kind to might not even be the person you get married to. The person might be the one that is going to talk to someone that you get married to when they're, so you have to be kind. All right. And that is that. Another thing is that, so standards cannot be found in one man. I've seen some people putting so many standards together that you probably need like 5 or 10 men for you to be able to get that standard. So no one has all that standard that you have put together. So you have to, first of all, personally, if you ask for my opinion, the first thing is that the person must be a child of God for me. That's what we can start from. And then their character, that is part of it. Because there are children of God that really don't have character. So that is also part of it. And then we can move on from there. And then you also know that the person has a vision that you can build together. So that's always a good place to start if you want to ask for my opinion. And then another one is that you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. So when the thing comes, how can you know that it came? Let me give you an example. So when I was ready to get into a relationship, and I was in a relationship that lasted like a week in 200 level, like, nah, I don't think this is what I want to start doing now. So I cut it off because I felt I was not ready. And I'm glad I did, because I would have made so much mistakes, so much error that I would have regretted for life. But in my 400 level, after I finished writing my exams, I knew I was ready. Then I don't know how I got the CD that I listened to. It was titled The Beginning Man. I don't know who preached it. I can't remember the person that preached it, but I still remember the title today. And the example there was Adam, and what God did with Adam before he brought Eve into the picture. So that actually fine-tuned what I wanted. Now, after that, I prayed, and this was my simple prayer. I said, God, I want somebody that will teach me the word and draw me closer to you. That's all I asked for a man. Nothing else. That's what I asked. And when my husband came along, I think that was actually a few weeks later. And God said, remember when I went to pray about it? He said, remember what you asked for in the prayer? That's it. And that's why I want to say yes to him. So that's one thing you have to understand, that you want to know what you want, so that when it comes, you'll be able to know that this is what I prayed for. It's here. So that's one thing that you need to know. Finally, the last but not the least, you have to pray for favor. Favor. Now remember that Esther was favored. Favor brought the king her way, or brought her to the king's way, however you want to put that. But Esther was highly favored. And then remember the salutation of Mary. So favor sets you apart. Favor makes you chosen. That's one thing favor does. So after you have done all these things that I have said, if there is no favor, you probably might not be going anywhere. So you have to ask for favor, pray for favor, because favor sets you apart. Favor makes you likable. There are some things you probably might not able to. You don't even deserve it, but favor will cover for those things that you don't have. So above all, pray for favor. And thank you so much for watching today. That's all I have today. And we're going to be coming more with a lot of things in this line: family, marriage, and singlehood for the next few weeks. And again, this is Hang Out with Oshawari. Share this with your friends that are single if you're not single, or if you're single, also share this with your friends that are single. And subscribe to our channel if you haven't. And thank you so much. You have a great day. Bye.